At this moment, I'd like to call upon Shalini, Kirtana, and Rashmani to present on their visit to the Ayurvedic Center. Hi, good afternoon. And on behalf of the IHS Scientific Committee, I would like to warmly welcome the UNE students, our friends from UNE, distinguished members of the audience, friends and teachers. So I am Rashmi Tiris, following the Advanced Diploma in General Nursing program. And so we have, with the UNE students, we've had a collaboration as a part of our scientific committee. So we presented a research, we actually conducted a research named the patient's perceptions on treatment and standards of service delivery in Ayurvedic practices at a traditional Ayurvedic eye care center. So just a little brief about what really Ayurvedic medicine is and why it is important really for us to go into doing a research about Ayurvedic medicine or indigenous medicine. So actually, 80% of the world's population uses traditional medicine as a form of primary health care. And it actually stands at number 3 in terms of worldwide popularity in treatment modalities. So Ayurvedic medicine, or rather indigenous medicine, actually finds its origins in India. And it's in Sri Lanka. It has been in Sri Lanka for over centuries, and thus it has its own sense of purpose and place amongst the Sri Lankan population. So it's only natural that people have developed trust and faith in the Ayurvedic practices, which has been stemming down from centuries. And this rather faith and trust is applicable in places where our patients' previous experience, cultural belief, and anecdotal claims come to play. So this study is therefore planned to generate a real-time patient-centered perception and preference-based data about seeking Ayurvedic treatments for eye care, because such perceptions and standards have not yet been evaluated in Sri Lanka as compared to other South Asian countries. So in order to facilitate our research program, we went to a location which is about 20 kilometers out of Colombo, named the Gangule Vedda Mathura. So this place is actually a place which specifies in ailments of the eye. So this is a little bit about the medication preparation, so how it happens and all. And we actually had the UNE students also getting involved and being very hands-on with the preparation. So just a little bit to get you guys' attention to that little red circle. So that is actually a boarding for the people who come from very far away places from Sri Lanka, for example, like the east. So just for a very small amount, the Vedda Mahavidyalaya has a boarding for those people. So keeping all that in mind, getting into the objectives of our research, it was to describe the patient's perceptions on Ayurvedic treatments and to evaluate the standards of service delivery in Ayurvedic practices. So we used 2 methods actually to get our results, get appropriate results. So we conducted a descriptive cross-sectional study to assess the perceptions of the patients, and a qualitative study arm to assess the standards of service delivery. So our sample was 141 patients who attended the traditional Ayurvedic center, and data was collected in 2 sets. So in our quantitative arm, we had an interview-administered questionnaire, and for our qualitative arm, this is the model we used, the Servicor model, to assess the service care delivery. So it was quality, sorry. So data was collected using a participatory observation by our UNE students, And so these volunteers observe the treatment setting for the service, along with observing specifically the service quality and the safety in medication preparations. And so let me hand over the presentation to Keerthana to continue.
So good afternoon all of you. I'm Ms. Keerthana and I'm following Diploma in Physiotherapy at International Institute of Health Sciences. So first of all, I would like to present the results of quantitative arm of our research. So like you can see in this diagram, half of the patients are treated with cataract and 14.3 were treated for glaucoma. So we asked the reasons for not taking Ayurvedic, not taking the Western medicine. As you can see, 47 patients said that they did not get any improvement, and quite a lot, 1/4 of them said that the only solution they got was surgery, so that they do not want to go for it. And cost, symptoms worsened, fatigue also were other reasons given by them. So as you can see, 20% of the patients were taking Ayurvedic medicine and Western medicines at the same time. About 41% of the patients have used spectacles before Ayurvedic treatment, and out of them 34% of the patients, that means about 1/3 of the patients, use spectacles while taking the Ayurvedic medicine. And out of those who are using the spectacles, about 1/4 of them have changed their lens during the treatment. And in the next picture, as you can see, solidly, as you can see in the second graph, about 76% of the patients have taken the treatment continuously. And those of who didn't take it continuously, majority said, that means about 64.8 said that they have the personal family issues, and quite a lot said traveling was their issue. So when we asked them, is there any desirable improvement in your condition using the Ayurvedic treatment? At a glance itself, you can see 92% of the patients said they have got desirable improvement. So we asked which is the most appropriate reason to explain this continuation of the treatment. 70.8% of them said they receive benefits and they are expecting more in future, and 24.1 said they are not receiving but they are expecting it after continuation of the treatment. So we asked, So we asked, would you like to recommend Ayurvedic treatment to your family and friends? At about 80%, 71% of them said that they always recommend Ayurvedic treatment to their family and friends. So finally, we asked them to rate their level of satisfaction about the delivery of the Ayurvedic center. Trust me, you wouldn't believe. 40% of them said 10 out of 10. They rated 10 out of 10. And about nearly 80% of them rated more than 7 for the treatment delivery. So moving on to the qualitative part of our research, we divided it into 4 main themes. So we did a themic analysis using the observational sheets, transcripts, and also using the recordings from the focus group discussion. So as you can see, the first theme selected was social networking, and where we got comments like people from community are working together, giving back to community, and voluntary working. And the next theme we got was the poor hygiene, where we got comments like not hygienic, no washing in between, all treatments were given by hands. And the next theme was delays and queues, where we got comments like long waits, undesirable delays, very busy and overcrowded. And the next theme was preparation issues, where we got comments like no measurements, no proper labels, no particular training for the trainings. So when we triangulate the data we collected from the qualitative arm and the quantitative arm, we can come to some conclusion of the service delivery and quality and the consumer's perception. So accordingly, this is a kind of a small summary of the triangular data. In the service delivery and quality, we got some ideas like less cleanliness, hygiene issues, fatigue, lot of infections, low facilitated accommodation, poor standards of care, and low communication skills. But in consumer's perspective, this picture entirely changes. we got comments like, from the research, we found that about 78.33% of the patients were very happy and they're very satisfied with the treatment they got over there. And 91.8% of them got desirable improvements and observable effects. And 96.4% wish to continue this Ayurvedic treatment for the better care at the clinic. So I would like to call Shalini to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Kirtana. If I may go back to the previous slide, you can see a whole lot of negative points in the service delivery and quality, whereas in the consumer's perception, there's a whole lot of positive points in which everyone is happy and they like what they receive, and they said they got good, and most of all of them were planning to continue. So, so are we looking at a perception-reality mismatch? As we saw, like the consumers' perceptions, it was like positive, but then when we did the service delivery standards and quality check using some of the tools we had, the picture was entirely negative. So, is there a reality perception mismatch, or is there a problem in the way that we looked at it? So, well, I would like to say in different countries, the different healthcare systems in the world, the standards of care and the way these people deliver treatments are different. Therefore, they should be measured in a way that is compatible with the cultural background of the country and that particular society. And when we compare the way we deliver services and the way people feel about it, should we give the priority to the service quality or should we give the priority to the public perception? So that is one of the questions we got while we were doing this research, and that we will have to find further answers. So therefore, one conclusion we can draw is when we evaluate a native system like Ayurveda, where it is obvious that the patient satisfaction is very high, it is important us to evaluate that the service delivery and the quality of the system also using a system that is compatible with a system like Ayurveda, where the background and the culture is similar. So we did this presentation today to our friends who travel from UNE. Our intention of presenting this was to demonstrate using an evidence-based approach that when we are talking about a native healthcare system using the different methods, we should use frameworks that is compatible with that particular setting that we are looking into, not the generalized framework that we are usually used to. So, so with this we conclude our presentation. We have a Dental Scientific Committee. I would like to acknowledge the support we got from the Ayurvedic practitioners and the staff at the Ganguly Ayurvedic Center, and to everyone at IIHS who helped us in many ways. I would like to thank Dr. Nishan, our research supervisor. We call him our research god, you know, like he is behind everything, almost all the research that we do, and Ms. Sefi in this very particularly. And I would like to thank my committee members. I would like to say their names: Kirtana, Rashmali, Tamila, Navoda, Ishan, and the non-committee members who came with us and helped, Pravisha, Vihangana, Gayanta. Thank you all for the support and the commitment in our project. Thank you very much.